Hey everybody, it's me again, and today I'm going to do a movie review. It was the first Pixar animated sequel from 1999, which that would be Toy Story 2. Yep, that's right, I'm going to do a movie review, Toy Story 2. So for the plot for the sequel, after the first Toy Story movie from 1995, Sheriff Woody was trying to find his cowboy hat before Andy goes to cowboy camp with Woody, and then Woody met his Andy's dog named Buster, who likes to hang out with his best pal Buster. And then Andy was playing 5 minutes playing about Woody and Buzz are rescue to the rescue, for just like on the first Toy Story movie from 1995. And then after the 5 minutes play along with Buzz and Woody, and then Woody's arm half torn off. And Andy's mom leave Woody and then Andy leave for the cowboy camp, and then Woody stays at the Andy's house put it on the shelf. And then Woody has a nightmare as Andy doesn't like Woody anymore, wants to play with you anymore. And Andy throws a trash in the all parts of toys. What a nightmare. And then after the Woody's nightmare, and then Woody meets his squeaky penguin named Weezy, played by Joan Raph. And after Woody saves the Weezy at the yard sale, then Woody gets kidnapped by the greedy toy collector named Al McWiggin, played by Wayne Knight. Then Buzz, Slinky, Mr. Potato Head, Ham, and Rex was trying to find Woody, to save Woody from Al's department, and then called the museum called Tokyo, before it heads shipped to the airport called Tokyo, Japan. Then later on, Woody meets with a Roundup gang named Jessie the cowgirl, Bullseye the horse, then Stinky Pete the prospector, then Buzz, Slinky, Mr. Potato Head, Ham, and Rex trying to save Woody and try to find Woody, go to Al's toy barn. And then later on, Woody, Jessie, Bullseye was dancing on the record player, on Woody's Roundup record player. And then later on, Al McWiggins trying to take pictures of Woody's Roundup gang, and Woody was torn off and ripped off, and then they ripped off. And Al McWiggin calls the old man named Jerry from Jerry's Game short film from 1997 on the phone. He was trying the next morning, the old man named Jerry Al McWiggin visits the old man named Jerry from Jerry's Game, from Pixar's short film Jerry's Game from 1997. He fixes the old man named Jerry, who cleans Woody, and then trying to sew him and fixes Woody's arm. And then Buzz spotted a new action figure called Utility Belt Buzz Lightyear. And then Al McWiggin takes a Woody's Roundup pictures, a lot of pictures of photos. And then Jessie the cowgirl has a "When Somebody Loved Me" song performed by Sarah McLachlan in the background. Jessie tells a sad story about a young girl named Emily. Emily used to like Jessie for a long time, years ago. Emily grew up. They gave Jessie the cowgirl toy away. He gave him away and donate and charities. And then Buzz, Slinky, Mr. Potato Head, Ham, and Rex, and then trying to save Woody, Jessie, and Buzz, and Bullseye, was trying to get back to Andy's house before we shipped to the airport called Tokyo, named Japan. Then Woody, Buzz, Jessie, Bullseye, Slinky, Bo Peep, Mr. Potato Head, Ham, and Rex escape from Al's department, go back to Andy's house. And then Andy has a new toys are Jessie the cowgirl and Bullseye. And then Weezy was Weezy's the squeaky penguin. Squeaky penguin toy was fixed, and he found his squeak. And then sound of music. Then Weezy singing about "You've Got a Friend in Me." Weezy's version performed by Robert Goulet. Robert Goulet's a good singer. And then Woody, Buzz, Bo Peep, and Jessie became best friends. And then Andy Lee. And then Woody watches Andy and Molly and Mom and Andy's mom and his dog named Buster go to the cowboy camp too. Goes to on the vacation. And then Woody, Buzz, Bo Peep, and Jessie became best friends. So that's for the plot for the sequel. So what do I think of it? Wow, that was an awesome Pixar animated sequel from 1999. The music is good, voice actor is good, the animation is good, the screenplay is good, sound effects pretty good, the songs are pretty good. Riders in the Sky, Sarah McLachlan, and Robert Goulet on this sequel. The sound effects pretty good. The 1960s puppets are pretty good, and the colors are pretty good. The same actor's voice, the same voice actor is good as the same voice actor is good, just like on the first Toy Story movie from 1995. Joan Cusack did a great job voice of Jessie. Wayne Knight did a great job voice of Al McWiggin. Kelsey Grammer did a great job voice of Stinky Pete the Prospector. Joan Ramth did a great job voice of Weezy. And Andrew Stanton did a great job voice of the Emperor Zurg. And then Bullseye. The Bullseye, he doesn't talk. Establish Harris did a great job voice of Mrs. Potato Head. And Bullseye, he didn't talk. And they say neighs and purring and galloping noises from the sequel. And overall, I'll give Toy Story 2 10 out of 10. Awesome Pixar animated sequel from 1999. I remember I've watched Toy Story 2 on Disney Channel back in 2019, which that was an awesome Pixar animated sequel from 1999. I saw this Pixar short film Luxo Jr. from 1986, which that was shown this before the actual sequel. Which that was a great Pixar animated short film from 1986 called Luxo Jr. So that's my movie review, Toy Story 2. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. We'll see you next time. This is me signing off.